I figured it out. I think I know why no one knows who is playing these roles.
Go on.
Because no one's rolled credits.
Ooh, that's an interesting point.
Because this game doesn't end.
It never ends.
Is a joke.
Do you think that's like written in their contracts? Like, because I'm not going to be credited to this, I want an extra like $1,000 because no one's ever going to be credited for them.
Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick. Are you well?
Yes, I'm well. I'm also broke. Woo!
Well, that's
two
sides to every coin, being well and being broke. You could be rich and sick, so it depends which way you want to look at things.
Very true, very true. You could also be broke and sick. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's right. really, when life's kicking you a bit. Yeah, it's very true. And believe it or not, ladies and gents, South Africa is absolutely freezing at the moment.
It is insane. For those of you who are in South Africa, get a blanket. For those of you who aren't, you're most likely in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, it's very true, exactly.
And you're having a nice little bit of summer, which is good. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm genuinely jealous of England right now. They're like in the 20s, which is 20, 25, watching Wimbledon.
Celsius, right?
Yes. And I'm wearing gloves to type on my PC.
Gloves.
It's insane.
Yes, it is that cold.
It's insane. Everybody thinks South Africa's sunny and wildebeest and elephants and stuff. I can see my own breath when I'm talking right now. It is cold here. Anyway,
yes.
Sorry, a bit of a grumpy start, but I'm a British person and I'm cold in Africa. What's going on? Mother Nature.
That's a movie. That's a movie. I'd be surprised if that's not already the title of a movie. Cold in Africa.
Cold in Africa. Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah, I can see it already. Yeah, like a Wes Anderson guy goes to Africa, but is cold.
Whoa, he's cold?
No, in
Africa?
Ostriches are freezing. Elephants are thawing. Mammoths are back. Things like that. I'd watch it.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, now you're onto something.
Right? Mammoth. It's cold in Africa. Mammoths are back. See, I'm down for that.
I'd be too. That sounds like a lot of fun. Dave, movie settings aside, even though they might be worth billions of dollars, let's get into this week's game, because we might have a nice little chunky discussion on our hands this week.
Well, this week's game, I'm sure everybody's heard about it. It's in every social feed and YouTube video and everything. It's Zenless Zone Zero.
Yes, everyone has heard of it because just the other day, this isn't even a week old, this game, and it's already had 50 million downloads. 50 million downloads. Can I remind everyone, Mario Kart, yes, the Mario Kart that's been around for 10 years, has only sold 25 million units.
Really?
Or is it 30 at this point?
I never know if those numbers include physical and digital or just physical. And like I said, it's always confused me that. But yes, the old Hojo verse or whatever the hell the young people are calling
Hoyo
it now.
verse. That's the
right?
universe created by miHoYo.
That's right. It has been expanded into, like I said, I do love the alliteration, Zenless Zone Zero. One of these, the miHoYo, the developer, they always do these games. I still don't understand what's Zenless. I kind of get the zone, and I don't know why zero. But that said, Genshin Impact. Yeah. I played a little bit of it. I don't know what the impact is. Whereas Honkai Star Rail, at least I was on a train.
Star Rail makes complete sense.
I'm so confused with their names. But I guess that's they just need to sound catchy.
I don't know. I guess part of it makes sense. Part of it just goes out of its way to make no sense. To make negative sense.
Zenless isn't even a word, I swear.
No, I don't think it is a word.
They
just really wanted that alliteration.
Oh yeah, but that I can appreciate. I am a fan of alliteration myself.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, so Zenless Zone Zero just released on, I think this released worldwide on all platforms at the same time, right?
No. So it's on PC and PS5.
And the mobile version?
Yes, and mobile versions, excuse me, and mobile versions. PC, PS5, and mobile versions, which is, I'm assuming, how most people would be playing this.
I think, didn't Honkai Star Rail come out on mobile a bit later or not?
I think on mobile, it also released day one. It came out later on PS5.
Oh, so it was PS5 that was late on the train, so to speak.
Which isn't the case for Zenless Zone Zero.
So this all released at the same time. It's free. I always like that side of things.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of playing it at the moment. I'm sure most people, 50
or
million
at
people.
least just checking it out.
Yes, exactly. You got, just to see what all the hubbub is about.
Yeah, because there's a ton to check out. And if you've seen one of the trailers, you can see that this game, it's definitely another miHoYo game.
Yeah,
but
instantly.
In their style, they're taking on a brand new setting.
Yeah. Like you said, you can easily recognize their style because who hasn't played a bit of Genshin Impact and who hasn't played a bit of Honkai Star Rail? It is, again... Look, anyways, let's jump into the narrative, which is always
Let's do it.
so hard for these games because the narrative, in theory, again, like we said in other ones, is never ending. But the basic premise is that you can either play as Wise or Bell, who is a part of a... God, how do you go?
I know it's weird to describe. They've got a front in the middle of 6th Street as a videotape store, right?
That's right.
You rent videos, your regular Blockbuster, but in the back they're running as proxies, where you take through proxy hollow raiders through hollows. Of which most of the time, if you go into, you die. But if you've got a proxy, you've actually got a way in and a way out.
Yes, that's right. They're like back doors, right? Like in the Matrix.
Exactly. It's the rope around your waist that's able to pull you back out of a cave.
So you're living two worlds, and then initially your reputation, your infamy gets wiped out by a nefarious hacker himself. Is that the person who wipes him out?
I don't even know it. It really didn't sound like this hacker was capable.
Yeah, I know. I was confused. He sounded like really bad at what he does, but then so you have to, of course, like in any Japanese RPG or most games, you got to start back at square one and rebuild your reputation, right?
Damn.
I love it. Set in a post-apocalyptic world. You wouldn't know it when you're first like playing the game because it's so like happy and like, oh look, yay, and stuff like that. But supposedly humanity is on the almost got extinct, and now you live in a world known as New Eridu. New Eridu. Thank you.
Yes.
And you're just trying to survive and help others survive against these hollow portal things full of ethereals.
That's right.
Which is just a word for otherworldly or something. As they try to, I'm guessing they're kind of, well, I'm not guessing, they're kind of aliens who are trying to kill us. I don't really get.
I'm also not entirely sure where the hollows came from, but if a person is inside a hollow for too long, they turn into one of these ethereals. So it might be, I don't know if it might be less alien. It might have started as an alien, but just like Ridley Scott's classic, we sort of breed more aliens eventually.
Yes, that's true, yeah, because they turn and stuff like that.
Yes.
And apart from, like, there's a fun little narrative where you get to run your own Blockbuster video fundamentally, which I thought was kind of cool. I do like, VHS tapes. There's kind of a retro, futuristic styling to the narrative, and you're just like every other Japanese RPG, you're making friends, you're making enemies, you're stopping cutthroat corporate companies from making lots of money or killing people.
As you do.
Yeah, exactly, as you do, just normal everyday stuff. And then, like I said, it's hard to actually gauge narrative because we don't it's not all finished yet. So
and it's never going to be. I mean, Genshin Impact is still going. It's still one of the biggest games on the planet.
And it hasn't had an end yet, right?
No! They just keep introducing new characters, new areas, new chapters, new things to do, which is that's some people's forte. I'm glad for them, but come on, no, I'm sorry. I might sound like an old man, like
you are an old man.
Dave, but I turned 30. Give me games that end. I want to play a game. Right. I want to finish that game and move on. Jesus.
I swear that's literally something when you start turning into 30s and 40s, you start thinking, oh God, this game can end now, can't it? Can we please get to the big bad guy?
Come on.
But when you're young, you don't. You're enjoying the ride day in, day out, just enjoying.
Yeah, and you just keep riding the ride, and you just, for some reason, we're logging into what's it called? Warzone again to have some more endless fights. For no reason.
But that's literally... I still remember as a kid playing Tekken, the original Tekkens, and I used to play it and play it and play it and play it. And now as an adult, and I go back to it thinking, what are you doing? The stories are like 5 minutes long.
Why? Why?
Yeah, but as a kid, you are, like I said, I can picture it, and I know kids today do the same thing. They just get into the game and they just enjoy that. But when you get older, you're right. When there's no end to this story, and none of their other games seem to have an end to it, it does make you go, what am I doing?
I totally get it. Although I would like to add, sometimes the kids, people, younger folk don't even always enjoy the game.
Yes, I agree.
Right? I know some kids who play games, they don't enjoy the games, but, I mean, we need to get better at shooting. We need to grind. We need to raise the level caps or whatever. We need to become level 69 to unlock the helmet.
But there's a weird social aspect to it now, because like if Roger at school is level 50 and you're level 45, for some reason that makes you worse than him.
Oh, absolutely. Right? If you're in middle school or primary school, you absolutely get that feeling.
Which is crazy. We know. I can't imagine. I can't remember a time where I had that same social pressure. Anyway, we'll go back narratively. The story's all right. I think the story's kind of fun. It's got that very anime type episodic aspect to it, where you go here and a new thing happens, and there's what they call the hares, the something hares,
the cunning hares.
The cunning hares, like a thieving.
Can you name all the cunning hares?
I can. Billy
Kid, whoa, go okay.
Billy Kid, Little Electric Girl.
No!
Girl with pink hair likes money. There you go. Those are their names. And I only know Billy Kid because of Billy the Kid.
Of course, Billy the Kid. He's Billy Kid.
No. Do you think I can name any of them? There's you
yes.
Billy Kid. There's Soldier 13, because that's the only S tier I unlocked. And
it is? I unlocked a different S tier. And I think it's Soldier 11.
Oh God, did I get her name wrong? Okay,
I don't
Fire
know.
Girl, as I like to know her as.
Yes.
And I got I got this. Absolutely, I hated him so much, and there's no real reason for it. I think his name was Anton or something.
That's right.
He had a big drill as an arm.
Anton with the big drill.
And I kept pulling him, so he was the one that kept leveling up, and I just didn't use him. I did not like him. Sorry, I just didn't like Anton. Even though his character design was kind of cool, I'm not going to lie.
That's it. We'll get into the character designs and visuals, because I'm a big fan of those as well.
But yeah, there's lots of little side stories going on. You can help out the kind of police cat. I don't know his name either. You can go get coffee. You can go to the local arcade. You know, there's lots of little side stories that develop, and friendships you kind of pick up along the way. That's good.
I enjoyed those parts. They remind me of Persona.
Yes, there is a Persona-esque aspect to it. It's not just the anime type styling of the whole thing, but there is a Persona-esque gameplay type to this where you build
if you go get coffee, they'll give you an advantage in the VR battles, and if you go get noodles, they'll increase some stats for your holo missions.
Yeah, and even your employees, you can increase. You know, that girl. I don't know.
Yes.
Now I can't remember her name. But yeah, you can chat to her, give her movie recommendations she likes. That also develops some sort of relationship with her. No, it is. Let's face it. We know that the miHoYo, is it called? they know the secret sauce in these types of things.
They do, for these gacha games.
Yeah, and they've just done it again. They know what they're doing. They've made that nice little homely feel to the gameplay while slowly developing a story that's just doesn't end though.
No, that irks me enough for me to drop this game eventually.
In my mind, I hope this is something which would be very cool, that the universes combine. And so the end story for everything is the Zenless Zone Zero people, the Genshin Impact people, and the Honkai Star Rail people all have to take down a big bad guy, be it, I don't know, the corporatism. But yeah, that would be like the Marvel universe, right? Like Endgame. That's what in my mind I want them to do.
Yes, and then tell me what happened after Endgame. Did Marvel stop making Marvel movies because there was the perfect climax?
No, that's true. That's a very good point. They didn't say, "Oh, we have enough money now." That's true. Which means
yes,
they're never going to stop.
Disney, and I have enough.
Yes, we've reached our cap, and we have enough. Thank you. No, you're right. A valid point. And Genshin Impact still making money. Honkai Star Rail is still making money.
All of those. It's incredible. I would like them to collaborate, although I think what might be more realistic would be just characters from these titles being redesigned for the other titles.
Yeah. I know what
Can you imagine a March 7th in Zenless Zone Zero?
Well, that's a sentence structure right there, but yeah, that would be cool. No, I
right?
get you.
Can you
I think you're right.
imagine the amount of money people would spend to get a Zenless Zone Zero-fied March 7th on their roster?
You can see who Nick's favorite character in Honkai Star Rail is, right? He loved
It's definitely not Dan Hung.
Oh, yes. It's the Bloom. Sorry, I can't remember what he says, but I remember how cheesy his lines were.
I remember that one sound effect he made.
Yeah, too quite.
It's so dumb.
But you're right in the point. I think Genshin Impact once had the Kiryu, I'm going to say his name wrong, Kiryu from Sword Art Online and Asuna. They did a crossover, and I know they made tons. I think you could get him as a partner or her as a partner.
But that's what I'm talking about. Fortnite does this all the time. Oh, yes, that's why they get billions and billions of dollars because, oh shit, now you can get the Fallout armor.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Now I can play as Doom guy.
Right? No, it's true.
If miHoYo starts doing that in these games, if I can unlock, what would fit in Zenless Zone Zero? Oh geez, I don't know.
In my mind, instantly went to Johnny 5, but I don't know if that's a reference you know.
I don't know.
You don't know Johnny 5? Short Circuit. Sorry, it's a movie, so of course you don't know it. Okay, anybody else listening? Johnny 5 would be perfect, and you know it. Just Nick doesn't know who Johnny 5 is, which is insane. He's a robot, by the way, if that helps.
Okay.
He would fit very well in there.
Sure. There are, I mean, the setting for Zenless Zone Zero that would fit with most others would, I'd call it urban sci-fi.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of people really, really like urban sci-fi. They just don't know it.
Agreed. I think that's very true. Until you get amongst it and you go, wow, this is actually really quite fun. I love the combo. I agree. You don't really know it until you do it. No, it's not just.
I mean, there are tons of properties out there that are urban sci-fi.
Yeah, there was.
People just don't call it that, urban sci-fi.
Hi-Fi Rush, right?
Yes, Hi-Fi Rush.
That was very urban hi-fi, and you know.
Yes, the bigger two would be Cyberpunk 2077.
Of course, yeah.
And Blade Runner.
Oh yes, classic. Gotta love.
Right?
Yeah, gotta love Blade Runner.
People like urban sci-fi.
Oh, definitely.
It's tied to urban fantasy, which is equally as massive. In fact, I think urban fantasy is even bigger because that's Harry Potter.
Urban fantasy is Harry Potter?
Yes.
How so? They're not.
Well, it's a fantasy set in
urban area. Whoa, mind blown.
Times.
Whoa. Okay, I guess I got you. In my mind, I just see skyscrapers and cityscapes.
That does make sense.
Urban areas, but and we digress. It is quite fun. The story on this is kind of aimed at younger people by all accounts because why not? It's their main demographic, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot in it that is actually quite endearing, quite fun to do, but without an end to it, I don't really know what we're doing it for. You know, we built our big
All I know
reputation, we
is
became famous, then what?
Yeah, and the AI is fishy.
Yes, that's true. Fairy. That one I do remember the name of, right?
That's it?
Yeah. Which is okay. There's a bit of plot there for you to pull the thread out to see if anything interesting comes out.
Yeah. Although I don't mind being a proxy for all these colorful characters in New Eridu, right?
True.
Just doing commissions, entering and exiting hollows, interacting with these fun squads and crews. I like doing that.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, no, it's not too bad.
I just wished it would develop and culminate in a big team up, and then we would take down, I don't know, the Arasaka group, and it would end.
Yes,
Damn it.
but it just won't. You're right, it just won't.
No.
Anything else you want for story? Because there really isn't much more to say.
No, there isn't.
You got something?
No, there isn't. I'm a big fan of this setting.
Yes, exactly. Which is more, like I said, segue to visuals by all accounts.
Yeah, let's go into visuals. The setting for Zenless Zone Zero, as we said before, is New Eridu, which is just a city that's been a bit more sci-fi'd and animated up.
It's a safe zone,
good.
right? It's like a safe zone within all the hollows and the bad entities coming around trying to kill you. Yeah, right. It's
like an exclusion zone or something.
Yeah, like it's almost like Stellar Blade. It's Zion, or Matrix. It's Zion, and it's the last, kind of the last. I think they kind of tote it as the last place, but I'm not entirely sure. There may be others, but it's a safe space. It's a safe haven.
And it's a bit more optimistic than Zion.
It is.
Zion was.
That's one problem I had with this game. The only thing about this game is that people are dying and changing into these things, but everybody is so happy.
But I mean, that's just miHoYo games. They make you feel good and fuzzy,
they just make you feel
optimistic.
Great. It's like, oh yeah.
If this game was depressing, people wouldn't keep coming back to it.
That's very true. That's very true. And
right? It needs to be bouncy and colourful and vibrant for people to keep logging in.
But I just love the idea that it's like, oh yeah, it's the leader of the Silver Gang or whatever just got turned into a big bad. But look, there's a Bangbu, a cute little friggin' bunny that does weird
it's a bunny robot.
Right?
Oh,
so life's not too bad, right? It's, there's evil and there's people dying, but look how cute this thing is.
The red fan gang, they're hunting us in the hollow and we might turn into monsters and die.
Yeah,
but the monsters are green.
Yeah, right? And they're cute, they're well designed, they look cool. Well, granted, this is, like you said, this isn't aimed at being the next Gears of War or Elden Ring.
Not.
So
definitely
it is quite fun.
Not. This is just a good relaxing time. Just sit back, enjoy some Zenless Zone Zero. This is one of those games that you play after a long day at work or school. You turn off to play this.
Exactly.
There's an exclamation mark over there. Let's go there and interact. Boom, reward done.
But like you were saying, but the visuals are so clean. Yes. And this is kind of where they shine the most. The same with Genshin Impact, the same with Honkai Star Rail, the same with Zenless Zone Zero. God, it's so bright and so sharp and so.
That's the point. Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail were the same. Yeah. Honkai Star Rail was set in space, the darkest place there is, and even that's colorful and vibrant and bright.
It is. It is, like you said. It's so fun visually, even as a 30-something-year-old man. I forget my exact age. It's nice to go there. To go into a fun-coloured filled world with zany character designs and little bang-boo things that you can, of course, collect. I might add that. There's lots of different ones you can unlock and collect. Like you said, and we were saying before, I love the combination of like the retro VHS tape shop in a futuristic hacking type world, but everybody's getting, the Pulp Fiction and renting that and watching those at home. And even things like you can collect photos to put on a pinboard, even though you are in a dystopian type future. There's lots of just nods at old school stuff, which is, it's a lovely little combo. It's cyberpunk, it's steampunk. It's got that same type of feel when you look at it and go, I never thought of combining these two, but they actually kind of go well in this setting.
Yeah.
And visually, they just knocked that out the park and everything here. Even your little van that you drive around in, it doesn't float or anything like. It's just like a clapped out old VW.
It's just a shitty car.
It is, but it works. It really does work.
I enjoyed. Very early on in the story, the first time you get to walk around 6th Street, you can actually bump into Billy as he's looking at his car.
That's right.
And you can see his car. And this is a 7-foot gun wielding android killing machine. And he's just got this little banged up golf car that shouldn't even run. And he's just admiring his car. And I'm thinking, this I like. I like.
That's right. No, it is very cool. And I love. Is this the first? I forget. This is the first one that did the comic book panes, or do the other ones do a comic book pane type thing?
They didn't. They had full on cutscenes.
That's what I thought. But I loved the comic book. I know, granted, maybe it's because I'm old and I don't even read comic books, but I loved the little stylized. Drawn scenes in certain regards with storytelling. I don't know. Did you like that, or do you prefer the cinematic detail of CG moments?
I prefer the cutscenes.
Really?
Yes, I do. I prefer the cutscenes, but maybe it's just because the comic strips or comic images it went on for too long.
Okay,
I don't
some
know.
of them could be relatively lengthy, but yeah.
I'll get into the pacing at gameplay, but I don't know. I think when I kept thinking back at Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, they had cutscenes, I prefer those.
See, this is where I like the combo. Ladies and gents, this does also have cutscenes, right? It does have quite a number of them.
Yes, it does.
But it does have a mixture. It does. I think the big scenes are cutscenes, and then kind of like the kind of important filler is kind of done in a comic book style, and then the other stuff is just done during conversations, right?
Yes, that's just normal dialogue.
Which is, again, I must admit, playing this game, I put 10 or 12 hours in it. It got to the point with some of the dialogue, I was just pressing X to get through.
Same.
I was just
same.
Like,
I didn't even get to 10 or 12 hours, but same. Man, this is a gameplay. This is a gameplay issue. Let's get into the pacing at gameplay.
Yeah, that's true.
For visuals, if I can take it back,
go on.
The character designs. Let's go with those character designs. Once again, miHoYo just knocked it out of the park.
They're so clever.
Are you kidding me? With these character designs,
like even like I say, I don't know their names, but the lady who wants money, right? She wields some sort of dark hole cannon thing, but it's in like a Versace briefcase or whatever.
That's
right?
it. I could literally see the Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, right. Is it Louis Vuitton?
Off.
Of course, I don't know, but it's such a clever design, and they all have it. Billy Kid, of course, has 2 massive revolvers, and he plays a bit like Deadpool.
Did you? Sorry, I need to ask. Did you check Billy Kid's character trailer on YouTube?
No, I didn't. Did he have a character?
Those character revolvers. Those massive revolvers are sentient.
Are they really?
Yes.
I did not know that. Like a high on life.
They're sentient and they communicate with each other, and they're actually quite intelligent.
Oh, okay.
Much smarter than he is.
It's very strange that I played the game and it didn't make that note whilst I was playing. Like, the guns didn't talk to one another or even say anything, I don't think.
No. There are tons of tiny details. It looks like there's an entire social media app in this game.
That's true. Again, as a grown man, something I wasn't that interested in real life. And in the game,
I could not care less.
Yeah, I was like, what's this whole menu for? Why do I need to go here to get the commissions? I was like,
why should I care?
I know, that was weird. Granted, we're being boomers or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Who was your favorite character design?
Ooh, that's hard. My favorite character design. They're all actually very good. I liked the shark girl with the shark tail. Yes! I don't know her name.
Yes. Same. I don't know either. I could not unlock her.
Nor could I. I tried, I grinded. I did grind.
You grand.
I grand. to get spins, and I never pulled her, and that's why I think
same.
I hated Anton more and more because I kept pulling him, and I couldn't get my shark girl.
The amount of times you got Anton, I got Sukaku.
Who's Sukaku?
The blue chick.
The little blue girl with the
the little blue girl that you could pull
yeah.
as frequently as Anton.
Oh, did you know though? This was quite cool. Did you know the little blue chick worked for another company? I forget their names. They wore white, right? Did you get to that part? There's another government
I did
company.
not. No.
And if you play, there's a big bear and there's some other characters that also work for that company.
Ben is the bear.
Ben is the bear? No way.
Yes, Ben's the bear. He's now part of the Bellabog Industries.
Well, that's crazy because I don't know. No, that can't be a nod to that. There was a TV program in like the 1960s called...
Yeah?
Oh, what was it called? And the bear in it. It was just a TV program, kind of like Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah?
About a guy that lived in the wilderness and he was a best friends with a grizzly bear. And his name was Ben.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's a nod to that. It's a very...
Ooh, let's pretend it is.
Really strange nod to that.
Let's pretend it is a nod to that. Oh, I like that.
But anyway, I was saying, if you have people who work for the same company, their attacks combo together. When you do your special attack, or if you trade out, they'll actually have their own cutscenes because they worked together before. So I know the bear can flip the little blue girl into the air, and she does some sort of pile diving attack.
Oh, really?
So if you actually unlock the ones that are the part of the same squad, you actually get newer animations in regards to your fights as well, which is cool.
That is cool. I never got one of those.
Nor did I. I just saw it.
So would Anby, Billy, and or Nicole have one of those?
In theory, yes. I don't. Granted, ladies and gents, when you do the fighting, there are actually these cool little segments where you swap out and you would do your big attacks, and they're quite cinematic. They're very pretty, again, very cool stylized things.
Of course.
But I never saw one for Billy Kid, rich guy, girl who liked money, or electric girl, which was a bit. On. I know which. I don't know the name. I want the electric girl to be called Aubrey or something.
Aubrey?
What's her name?
Anby, or I mean, that's what the localization team call it. I'm pretty sure it's Anby.
Yeah, okay. Well, Aubrey was close enough.
Aubrey is close.
She was cool. Like I said,
I liked Anby. You're right. I liked Anby
everything
as well.
about her kind of noted even her theme of being electric. Her gear was all technology and stuff like that.
I like that as well. Yeah, and it looked cool.
Yes, again, their stylization with each of the character designs is amazing. And it even comes across in the W engines. Like, did you unlock any of the...
I could not stop looking at them.
Those are cool. Like, you get the generic ones that are just purple or green or black. But the A tier and like the S tier ones.
Yes.
They're such fun little designs. Right? It's insane.
It's very cool. It's very cool. And I kept trying to kind of pin which agent would have which W engine. Mm-hmm. It's so fun. It's
because
really
you can see the match, right?
You can see the match. You can see Anby's W engine that you get as part of the tutorial matches her. You could see Billy Kid's W engine.
Yeah, the little Power Ranger one, right?
Yes. Starlight engine.
Or their versions. Yeah.
Yes. You could even see... I don't even know her name. Shark Girl.
The Shark Girl one was the S tier one that I could never get.
Yes, the other S tier Shark engine that would take equal amounts to roll.
It was, but it was a cool looking shark head, wasn't it? But in like a sphere form with like scar.
And these things are animated, and it's fun. And I really like the way all of these things looked. They did it. The animation team. And the design team did an amazing job with making these games look good, but they've been doing that from the start with Genshin Impact.
Agreed. No, this is where they excel, like really, really well. The stylistic flair and the animations and everything is so clever and so clean. Even the little bang boos, which you can unlock later, you get one that looks like a shark, one that's just got a paper bag on its head, one that looks like any Marvel character, and flying ones and stuff like. It's such a clever little. They're so pretty that you kind of, even as a grown-ass man, you kind of want to collect them. You kind of want to have the right ball for the right person.
Course.
You want the right, Yeah, this is a pretty game. And the idea that this, if you've got a decent enough phone, that this all translates to your mobile phone as well, I just think that's insane.
That is insane, and testament to how far we've come.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, Resident Evil 4, Assassin's Creed Mirage, that's all running on the newest iPhones.
Is it really? That's
natively.
madness.
That's incredible.
That's madness.
Mobile gaming has come so far.
Granted, I can only imagine playing Assassin's Creed on an iPhone must be near impossible.
Yes, that sounds like a horrible way to experience that.
It must be just like your thumbs on the screen whilst you're climbing. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I'm going
Resident
off on
Evil
subject.
4?
Yeah, it must be
Why?
so hard. Like it
Why?
must be so complicated.
If you're playing
anyway,
that game on a mobile device, you know
Seek
better
help.
than to play it on a mobile device.
Just seek help. You need, we hear you. We're here for you. You're obviously asking for help. If you're playing Resident Evil on your mobile, then yeah.
Out of the three, which do you think is the better mobile game? Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, or Genshin Impact?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I would argue the better one has to be Honkai Star Rail.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say the same.
Only
because of the turn-based combat,
yes,
right?
Because the combat is so much easier to put, pause. You can turn-based pause to go do your work or go, if you're in a waiting room, stop it. Yeah, I think that one was definitely more lined up for the mobile type play because turn-based and all the things that come in a slower-based combat system.
Yeah.
But that said, I haven't played Genshin or this on the mobile phone, so I can only imagine it's a bit annoying. Really?
Yes, good? I'll get into it in performance.
Oh, okay, it's true. Anything else visuals-wise?
No, there's still a lot more, but I think we should move on.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Audio Man, what did you think of the soundtrack?
Ever since the first trailer for this released, I think it was 3 years ago at this point, I've periodically been playing the trailer in the background while I did work and stuff because the music is just so good. It's just too good.
It's another thing all three did well, right? Like Honkai, Genshin, and now Zenless.
So, the designers and composers for these games are doing excellent jobs because miHoYo, I think, can afford them.
That's what I mean. But to their credit, we've all dealt with studios that could afford to do better. Yes. They actually do seem to be spending the money where it needs to be spent so that you have these things, right?
That's right. Instead of paying out $20 million bonuses
very
to
true.
The executives who make bad decisions.
And having just poorly recorded audio or soundtracks or just the wrong compression and all the other things.
Ugh. I think the audio for this is great. They're doing a good job with this being an urban sci-fi setting. Mm-hmm. Adding house or techno music is... I think it's house more rather than techno.
because that's
fitting.
More of a retro type of music, right? The old house. Do they still do house music?
Yes. Really there are lots of reasons, but I think that it fits so extremely well. If anyone just doesn't have the game, which I think is no one, and they want to get the feeling for the audio for this, is go check out a trailer, any trailer, and you'll see that's the music I'm talking about. That music is throughout the entire game. It's good. Even when you're just roaming the streets, there's a chill, casual version playing in the background.
Very much so. Even especially when your mission is just sometimes your mission is to hang out and go at your own pace, and then you've got music playing that's just like relaxed. You're hanging out in the streets. Of course, it also changes depending on what time of day it is, morning, afternoon, or night.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, can you grab the soundtrack on Spotify and things like that? I never actually looked myself.
Oh, I've no idea.
I'm sure
I'd be surprised if you couldn't.
Yeah, because they like that. And I must admit, again, because this game's only been out for a week, I found it kind of hard to find out who the voice artists were. Because
apparently people don't even know. I also tried to do some research. Who's the voice actor for Billy Kid? Because it sounds a lot like Yuri Lowenthal.
I really wanted to find that out too, and I could find nothing. I could find the Japanese guy and the Chinese guy, but the English guy, which a lot of people speculate that the Japanese and can actually do English as well. But this sounded. It's going to sound mean. This sounded too well done for a foreign language speaking person to do this English
also
version.
think the localization team got some serious talent, which again makes me think that they got Yuri Lowenthal for Billy Kid.
it's just weird that info isn't out there yet. Like,
it is weird.
I know that. All I know is that Wise was voiced by a guy called Stephen Fu, who I don't know if you. This is mainly all anime. He played Weather Report in JoJo Stone Ocean.
Okay.
And now Fumi in Rising of the Shield Hero. It's another popular anime. And Phobio in reincarnated as a slime. So he's actually kind of a big, prolific anime. Do you not know any of those out of curiosity?
All right. Well, now he's in the gaming sphere. I think I figured it out. I think I know why no one knows who is playing these roles.
Go on.
Because no one's rolled credits.
Ooh, that's an interesting point.
Because this game doesn't end.
It never ends.
Is a joke.
Do you think that's like written in their contracts? Like, because I'm not going to be credited to this, I want an extra like $1,000 because no one's ever going to be credited for them.
I think this is miHoYo being cheeky. They tell all the voice actors, "Oh, don't worry. When people finish the game, you'll all be credited in the credits."
Yeah, and they're doing that little finger thing from Justin Austin Powers of Dr. Evil or whatever. It's like, yeah, you'll get your credits. Okay, yeah, that's a valid point. Maybe that's why you can't find out, because it will never end, and thus they never get their accreditation.
It's hilarious, though.
I literally couldn't find that. Of course, the Japanese ones are out, and they're all very prolific Japanese voice artists. I don't particularly know them myself, but they're definitely the high end of the voice arting sphere, and they're good in this. All the voices are so good in this.
Yeah.
Especially the main cast and everybody else you meet. No, it's top tier, but sadly I can't give them all the props they deserve.
True. I didn't like Nicole's voice actor, though.
Is Nicole the rich woman? The one who wants money? Is that Nicole?
Yes, let's describe her as that.
The pink-haired lady, sorry.
The pink-haired lady.
Yeah, hers was, I get why. Hers was kind of less emotion and stuff, and it's kind of the generic anime character type.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Generic. I think that's what it was.
It's because she's next to Billy Kid. Like, it's so hard.
Next to Billy Kid and Arnby's very deliberate, stoic, almost exactly emotionless,
and calculating type.
Yes. These things are so good. I liked it. I liked it. I wouldn't call it stand out or anything to write home about, but
no.
It's fine. It serves. It's good. It's fine.
It's
nothing bad.
It forms a whole. The aspect, the sound, the visuals. It's amazing that they what they pull off, and
yes,
it's so clean, and I understand why people love these games so much. I won't be finishing it, just like nobody else in this planet.
Nobody's ever going to be finishing it, so you're not alone.
That's right. It just seems a weird thing to keep playing in my mind. Anything else audio-wise? Music?
Sound design is good as well, because it can get quite chaotic. Voice acting. Oh, one thing that we did miss in the visuals, if you don't mind.
No, go on.
The UI.
Okay, good or bad? Did you like the UI?
What did you feel about the UX? Because there's a lot happening.
That's the thing.
In the menus of this game.
All these games have so many collectibles and so many things to actually get that the menu system... It's one of those weird things. Are you one of these people when there's a little red exclamation mark on something, or yellow or green, that you have to go and see it just so that exclamation mark will disappear?
Of course.
Yeah, I know, and it drives me mental. So I had to go onto the Hojo website, and the Hojo... I was like, this is driving me mad, because I couldn't... There was one just with the announcements that was always flashing on that little HUD, and it just drives me mental when those things aren't gone, and I know that they're not there. But it's kind of confusing. I didn't like the social media pick up your commissions bit, I must admit. I don't know
why.
I just didn't.
Not a big fan of that, but that's a very small chunk, thankfully.
The rest was fine. It was stylistic. It kind of had Persona vibes again, like when you went to the character pages. It was all like blown up.
Do you feel like it all blended and mushed together into one amalgamous, unrecognizable menu? Because each time I went back to a menu that I know I've been in, I don't recognize what's going on.
Yes,
I feel like there would be 20 different menus for 20 different processes, and I just lose track of every single one because there's too many.
It reminded me of, you remember like at school they used to tell you to do like mind clouds or what the hell they called it, where you did the main and had all those branches. The menu system was just like that you would get lost down one branch, and then you'd go to unlockables, and then there's like 400 different unlockables, and you've got this unlockable and this one, and then you go to another one, and he says, oh, you've got this and this, and do these, do your daily... It was confusing. They are confusing.
Yes.
I don't know if we're just old, but I do find... It's a very pretty one, but like you said, functionality-wise, kind of confusing.
Kinda. You're so right.
With pressing R1... You know what bugged me? Sorry, you just reminded me of something.
I think I know what you're going to mention now.
I'm not sure. Sometimes the prompts to proceed kept changing from square, triangle, and X.
In the tutorial bit,
right? It was striking.
Yes.
I was like, why can't I go? Why can't I go to the... And I looked in the
I'm
corner.
pressing the same button.
Exactly. 2 minutes ago it was X. Why is it triangle now? Yeah, that I know. Sorry, it's a weird boomer problem, but that drove me mental. Sorry, was that what you were going to say?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it
okay,
is. I
cool.
knew exactly you were going to raise that, because that's odd.
It was odd. It was really strange. Sorry, that was confusing. Sorry, you just brought up trauma now. I have to slowly step back
trauma?
again. Yeah, definitely. I had trauma from this.
How about we dive into the gameplay for this game?
Okay, yeah, no doubt. This is another doozy, fundamentally.
I think this game is split up into 3 parts.
Go on.
The part 1 would be the one you'd be doing most of the time, which is...
skipping dialogue. That's literally what I was doing.
It really does
most
feel
of the
like
time.
the dialogue
just dialogue
most of the time. No, the pacing for this is absolutely horrendous.
Yes,
I was mentioning just running around, moving around.
Yeah.
Just navigating through 6th Street or New Eridu.
Yeah, getting a coffee, grabbing some noodles.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second one would be traversing menus, which, granted, would only be to be chasing exclamation marks.
Very true, yes.
Claiming, clearing big, shiny blocks. That's it. Yeah, and the third one, and unfortunately the shortest one, is the actual fighting.
Yeah. Did you play, this is a weird thing to say, did you at any point in this game find it even slightly difficult?
No.
Not at all,
Not
right?
at all.
I'm not even sure if any of my health bars went down more than 10%.
Same.
And I don't say this as a flex. I'm not a great gamer or anything like this. There was no challenge, and I figured it all unlocked later. But I put 12 hours in, and I took on a level, they qualify the levels medium, hard, difficult. This one was very difficult.
Oh.
And it wasn't. Like, it just wasn't. It's fun.
Which is, I guess. Yes, it's fun because it's quick and flashy, and you're satisfied because you press X and now there's a big swipe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like Honkai Star Rail, where a very hard boss would level your party.
Yes, exactly. And it happened to me a few times in Honkai Star Rail, when you've got the wrong elements or whatever, and you just get owned by one of the bad guys. Yes, that happened to me a few times. But in this game, it's so easy.
It's very easy.
Even, lots of people moaned about the TV jumping bang boo element thing, right? And I was like, okay, slowly, one day, this will develop into a good little puzzle aspect, right?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. They're all just...
Oh, no.
So simple. They're just follow the carrot, for lack of a better term.
Really?
None of them are complex. Not one of them did you have to restart.
I was hoping it would become more complex, because it sounds like you came further than I did.
No, I did. It's, again...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Are these games aimed at our skill level? Because, we're expert skill level on these things. No. It's aimed probably at the younger generation, but I think there's no challenge in it, which I find... Again, the game kind of started to get boring. I was skipping text.
I get it.
Going to the next fight.
Totally agree. It's so unfortunate, because I can see all of this being developed mainly for mobile.
Yes.
And
agreed.
that TV puzzle...
Yeah.
Well, puzzle, can't even call it that. That exploration, in air quotes, bit... seems perfect for a mobile phone.
Oh, yes, agreed. Yeah, it is.
There's no challenge. It's just follow the route. Yep. Get to the objective, which is 5 button presses away almost every single time.
And sometimes they just took a long time to get there, and just It's
Why
weird.
does it feel so laggy?
It was, wasn't it? I had that same thing.
It was laggy.
It was. Like, when you just go left and right. You're pressing 5 times expecting to be the other side of the screen, but it did. There was a weird slowness to changing TVs. And of course...
I didn't like that.
Of course, what's the big part of this game that you don't like, Nick? and I swear it doubles down on it in this one compared to Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. Am I wrong?
Just too much talking. An incredible amount of dialogue.
Yeah,
is that what your?
It was that. I figured this always normally gets on your nerves. Is the
it
gacha.
Does. I can't play Infinite Wealth.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's a ton of talking.
I've got 30 minutes before I just pass out on the couch because I've got 4 kids.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
don't
those
want
things
to be. This is a character action game. I want to be fighting ethereals in the hollow, but no, you need to listen to what Nekomata says for 10 minutes. And then you need to listen to Nicole, Anby, and Billy fight for a further 10 minutes.
Really do take a long
and
time.
only now, after you've run around 6th Street, now you can fight for a total of 60 seconds. Good job, player.
Do you know, there's one bit, I don't know how far you got. I was stuck on for like 20 to 30 minutes for this bit. And it was infuriating. Did you have to play football with the Bangboos?
No.
There's
what?
There's one little Bangbu you bump into later who wants to teach another one to play football. And the first mission is to teach it dribbling, so you dribble a ball across the floor. The next one is to kick the ball, right? To the other opponent. I pressed every single button in the existence of PlayStation 5 or 4 or 3. Nothing happened. And what you had to do was, again, dribble the ball to that Bangbu. I was stuck there thinking, why isn't there a kick button? It wants me to kick. Sorry, it's a weird little thing gameplay-wise, but it's the only moment in this game which I found challenging was trying to work out how to kick a ball in the...
Why on earth do we need to do so much other... shit.
Yeah,
All
true.
I want to do is fight in this character action game.
But it's interesting. Do you think your mindset has changed a bit? Because, like you said, you've got the kids... and your gaming time is so precious now.
Yes.
That anything that's just filling it full of text and just...
Yes.
Foreshadowing and stuff is just wasting your time and you want to get into the meat
because
of it.
Yes. By precious, we mean it is so little that I value this little time an incredible amount, then yes.
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean.
I do not want to be dribbling a ball and kicking it for half an hour. Because the next time I'll be able to play this game would be 23 hours from now.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, which kind of doesn't make you their demographic to some degree, because this is aimed at people who don't have spare time, but have a lot of time playing games, i.e. on your phone or PC or whatnot. And
yes.
And it does that thing like every other miHoYo verse game does. It drips feed those little accomplishments, those little, oh look, now you've got weapon materials, or now you've got a little bit of polychrome for the gacha games, and you got little, and it drip feeds, and it even feeds you that for the really dumb little mundane tasks you've got to do, like find. Very true. They
try and reward you for just walking down the road.
Yes, yeah, and getting a coffee is one of the rewards.
You get a coffee. Oh, you okay?
Achievement unlocked.
Achievement unlock and stat bonus. Oh, and your internet level went up. Oh, look, you logged in for the day. Another
exactly.
Another reward. Claim here. Oh, look, there's a scratch card that you can scratch, and now you can claim that. Oh, look, somebody rented this video. Claim these little rewards. Just every 5 minutes, they try and keep your attention on the game.
They really do drip feed you those little bits, and you think, oh, it's polychroma, and they give you like 5, but you need like 200 for one spin or something. I can't remember what.
Yes, but just being able to press the claim button is more valuable for a lot of people.
And it's like, oh yes,
yes, I got something. Oh yeah.
No, it's a weird thing. It's what makes people come to these games. Yeah, but yeah, it is kind of a scary.
There's a lot of...
and this game's got a lot of gacha. Tons of gacha.
Yes. They even managed to turn this character gacha economy they've got, they've managed to double that by adding W engines.
Yes, that's what I thought. There's more gacha in this game than the other two. Am I wrong?
No. Because if you pull the shark girl, congrats, you've only got half of the character.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Now you need the shark W engine.
And then later on, you get the bang boos. So you've got like 40 different rabbits you can unlock with. Of course, all of these things have different. The bamboos themselves have different tokens. You can't just use your normal polychromo or whatever. You have to get bamboo tokens. Sorry, yeah, and and I must have done, I don't know, 30 spins. Granted, you get them eventually through the game. I got one S tier, which was guaranteed after a certain amount of spins.
Same. I also got one S tier.
And I got like a handful of A's and just a million B's. And
that you just sell immediately.
Yes, yeah, they're all just wasting your inventory space. They're absolutely just... And of course, you could use them to upgrade other ones.
No, you can't.
There's just so much... It's just so much
There's a ton of systems feeding into another, making you think that you're progressing.
Yes, exactly. And there's no story.
You aren't getting anywhere. This is Ouroboros the game.
Yes, that's true. That's very, very true.
Just this loop of the snake eating itself.
Oh, good segue. Best part about this game. There's Snake in it.
What?
Snake. Did you go to the arcade?
Snake.
Yes. The old mobile Nokia 3310 version of Snake.
Yes, there is. I got a tiny story about that if we can move on to performance.
Okay. Granted, Snake, greatest game in the world. So happy it was on there. I'm still useless at it, but it was a great little nod at
addition.
Old gaming.
I liked it as well. There's a part in the beginning half of this game where Billy Kid is asking you, let's go to the arcade and play some co-op Snake. And I did. I played co-op Snake and I won, and it was Q. Yeah, and then I saw, the Snake arcade machine still has the exclamation mark on it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe my score wasn't high enough.
Yes, okay, yeah.
And then I played it again, and I got a higher score, and I thought, hell yeah, great, nice, second game of Snake. And then I saw, shit, the exclamation mark is still on the Snake machine.
Yeah.
Why?
Did you not unlock the achievables? You didn't collect your polychromo?
I don't know. So I played Snake again. I didn't want to, but I needed to get that exclamation mark off the arcade machine. So I played it again and again and again, and it didn't go anywhere.
I'm guessing on Snake, before you go up to the main menu, like the arcade menu, you can press, I don't know, square, whatever, and like everything in this game, you could unlock the achievements of playing Snake for the first time, getting a score in Snake for the first time, doing the first multiplayer of Snake for the first time. I'm guessing you didn't unlock those or didn't claim them.
I don't know.
I didn't have that problem.
I still don't know. Eventually, I just backed out to exit to do something else. And that's when Billy said, we done? Okay, cool. See you later. Then the mission progressed.
I must admit, Billy carried me in that game. I did not win that game. Why? Now, this is a weird problem, because in the original Snake, you had to turn in the direction that your head was facing. So a left would be, if you were going right, left would be up.
Yeah, yes.
And this game didn't have that mechanic, and it kept throwing me off. That's my excuse, anyway.
Yeah,
I know it bugged me, but it didn't have the right way of playing Snake. I want the
right. Are you gatekeeping Snake?
I am. The 3310 version is the right version.
If you're playing it this way, you're wrong. You're not playing Snake.
Exactly. All those, you're doing it wrong. I will write a letter very soon. So performance-wise, it didn't disappear for you. Is that what you're saying?
It did eventually. I just needed to press something entirely different. Yes. Performance for this game, I had a massive issue.
I didn't, but by all means. Strangely enough, recently you always seem to have the problems. I don't know if that's just fate or kismet.
I don't know either.
What was the problem this time?
So, I downloaded this game day one on my PS5 to play it. And I downloaded it, and I played it, and it was good. I started playing. And then I needed to jump. because I got 4 kids.
Of course.
And then when I came back, the PlayStation switched off.
Yeah, of course.
Automatically, I turned it on, went back into the game, logged in, and the game said, "Oh, sorry, I'm gonna crash."
No, really?
And then, yes, it crashed. I played this game for 10 minutes, and when I went back in, it crashed.
This was day one, like...
This is day one, that's right. This is July 4th.
Okay, yeah.
Day one, I did this probably 5 times. It crashes every single time I log in.
I didn't have that problem. I heard that the mobile version really had problems on its release too, because I guess specking to people's phones, people were logging in and it would load the game and just have a black screen. It would play the music and stuff, but just black screen the whole time.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't have that problem. But yeah, that is a problem.
It kept on crashing. I tried to do research, but holy shit, this is the day the game released.
Yeah, that's right. There's
what
no
research?
What? Yeah, there is nothing out there.
And anyway, as the afternoon progressed, it's been a couple of hours at this point of this game just refusing to work and kept crashing and crashing. This is day one. Jesus. So I finally found a comment that said, if you quit the game during the tutorial on your PS5, it won't log you back in.
Oh, really?
It simply won't. You're going to need to download this game on another device, and on that device, finish the tutorial, and then save. Only then it'll work again on your PS5.
No way.
Yes. So I thought, holy, this is absurd. I downloaded it on my phone. I finished the tutorial. And the moment the tutorial finished, it's not that long. It's not that long.
It's not, okay,
but
go on, yeah.
Needing to download it on my phone took a while.
Yeah, no, that's insane. No, it's not a small game either.
No, it downloaded about 5 gigs. I finished the tutorial and the game said, okay, if you want to continue with the main story, you're going to need to download the additional 20 or 30 gigabytes.
Yeah.
I don't have 20 or 30 gigabytes on my phone.
No, not free.
So I opted out and I thought, okay, I don't need to. I finished the tutorial. Let's go back to the PS5. I turned on the PS5. I turned on the game. It crashes.
Damn, yeah, you did have some troubles.
I thought, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. So I thought, I'm not going back on my phone because I figured in order to save my game after the tutorial, I'm going to need to download the rest of the game.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, I can see that.
So I downloaded it on my computer.
No way. You went...
Yes. My rust bucket of a computer.
Wow, this is actually... I can't even remember seeing a patch come out for this yet.
No, and on the computer, this game is 120 gigabytes.
Yeah, no, it is big.
120
I was shocked too.
Gigabytes. It downloads. I play it at 10 frames per second. I finally finished the tutorial. It's not fun. I'm not having a good time.
Okay, tell me you go back to your you save, go back to the PlayStation 5, and now it works.
I've downloaded the game on my PlayStation, my computer, my phone. It's taken more than 200 gigabytes.
Jeez.
I go to the PlayStation and finally it opens and it runs and I can just continue playing the game.
That's a really strange problem. I can kind of see coding-wise where...
That was days, mind you.
That's crazy.
That was days.
That's a frustrating problem. I've not even seen that written on the internet and stuff. That's crazy. I can see where the coding comes in and they only put a saving mechanic after the tutorial, which is kind of a dumb thing to do.
Yes, but now all of a sudden it is crashing my PS5.
Yeah, no,
really?
Like I said, I was very lucky. Nothing happened to me. It sometimes took a little while to log in. That was literally it, but that's fairly standard. Well, yeah, I can understand your score now in regards to performance. Anything else?
No, I just spelling mistake, but that's it.
There was a spelling mistake. I normally catch those. What do they spell wrong?
I mean, just one. There was a missing space in between 2 words.
That's
so
horrible.
the was attached to the previous word. But that's
got you. That's fine. They're foreigners. They're allowed to make a couple of mistakes, I suppose. Okay, value for money. What did you think then? This
could be a big conversation, right? Could be a big discussion. The value for money for a gacha game free to play, because a lot of people are saying this gacha game is very predatory. You buy tokens to buy other tokens to gamble.
Yeah. Yeah, they've always
to unlock the character you want.
The gambling aspect,
Exactly. And then other people are saying, "Oh, but it's a free game. You don't need to download or buy tokens to get characters. You could just use the free characters and enjoy the game."
Yeah.
It can swing both ways, and the conversation usually does. It's been swinging both ways for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, and really now for this one again.
Yeah, it is polarizing. I admit, playing the game, with all the frustration, I could only, in my mind, I could just see, I remember you telling me, and my background wasn't too different, that, we had PCs, but we weren't super rich or anything like that. And those games that we did had, we played to death too. We played again and again and again. And I can just picture the same kid doing the same thing with this game. And the idea it's free and, don't let them get access to the credit card or your Steam account or anything like that. But the idea they could play this game for free, I just thought to myself, that's kind of cool. If they couldn't afford video games because they're so expensive right now, I just thought of little Timmy who could actually download this game and play it for a long time for free and enjoy it.
Not just that, but it's not like he would need access to the family TV.
No, exactly, yeah.
You could just do it on... You just play the game on his phone.
Yeah, and I just thought that's kind of cool.
School or whatever.
Yeah. Did you say at school? Kids shouldn't be using their phones at school.
No, you're absolutely right, but they're gonna.
No, it's very true. I'm sure it's just fields upon fields of kids standing together on their phones at schools now. I can only imagine, whilst the swing set goes unswinged and the football field goes unfootballed. So yeah, it is, and I get the polarizing argument. There's no doubt, like, if you do have kids and they're playing this game, you put that parental code on that Steam account or PlayStation Network wallet and stuff like that, because you can so easily see them going, well, I only need 20 more or 100 more polychromo, and then I can do a guaranteed S-spin, right? So, that's worth it. The gacha in this is kind of predatory. So it's really a hard one to score. It's free and never ending for which is great for people who can't afford things and, don't necessarily have the access to games that a lot of other people do have. But it is kind of childish gambling to some degree, which is kind of a taboo and shouldn't be around. It's a tough one. I erred on the side of little Timmy who can't afford real games having access to a fun. And that for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail.
Well, I do agree with you. There are lots of kids who don't have money and they've got phones and who would enjoy a game like this or Genshin Impact, and it's free. And I'm sure a lot of parents like that it's free. There are massive cons to this as well.
Yeah.
Right? The subtle predatory nature of these games, they make it accessible to everyone because then everyone can turn into a paying customer.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Right?
There's that aspect to it. Yeah, there really is. Yeah.
They aim it towards kids because kids are the most trigger happy with their parents' credit card.
Oh yes, no, I think that's very true.
Right?
They don't. Yeah, no, they don't realize the value of money yet, right?
No, they don't.
It's what gets us sweet.
Because if you then tell them, oh, you can buy these points with real money, and then with those these tokens, buy those tokens, and with those tokens, you can then maybe get the Shark Tail lady.
No, exactly, right? You becomes diluted what the meaning of money actually is.
They clearly don't register this as gambling. I don't even think most kids understand gambling.
No, agreed. Depending on their age, but yes, I agree entirely. They don't really understand the pitfalls and stuff. Yeah.
I find this to be predatory, and I can see why a lot of people don't think that.
Yeah, but it's perspective, right? You've got 4 children. So you're going to have stronger feelings towards it than say myself.
True.
Because you're protecting your children. You want the best for them, so you don't want them to go anywhere near it. Which a lot of the people who are arguing the other side, they may not have kids, and thus that parental instinct of, I don't want my kids to be near this type of stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, it is very polarizing. They both have merit to some degree, but you're right. I don't have kids, and the idea of kids doing anything gambly, even in regards to Pokemon cards or anything like that, it's kind of freaks me out a little bit. And this one, you're right, just shoves it in your face all the time and says, look what you could have.
Look what you could
all
have.
The time.
If you just
all the time.
have these tokens that you buy with these tokens that you buy with money.
That's true.
With your dad's shiny car.
Which I've not noticed that before, because you're right, they're diluting your dollars into chromo, which can be transferred into, was it a videotape or reels, which can be translated into, it dilutes it so much you forget
into
that it
a
originally
chance
came from
to
money.
get this character. I don't like it. I
That's
really
true.
don't. If this was just a regular game that you buy for $60, you play for 20 or 30 hours, and it's all unlocked in the game. It's in the game. That's fine. That would be fine.
Yeah, because it's a degree of achievement, right? You're actually you're grinding it out, or you're working for it.
Yes, but if you allow a kid to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and still not get what they wanted.
Exactly. Literally gambling. Literally the definition of what can happen when you gamble.
I'm sorry.
No, it's weird.
miHoYo, I don't have your back on that. But I do like Shark-tailed Lady.
Yeah, right. And her W engine was cool.
Damn you, character designers!
It really is. It's literally all down to them making them look so good.
Damn. This business practice is a tiny bit scummy, but also brilliant.
It is. You almost have to admire.
Yes, if it just didn't focus on kids.
Yes, that's true. And you say the same for Fortnite and all the others too, right?
Yeah. No. By all means, go make slot machines for pensioners. Yeah. But just leave the kids.
That still scares me. The pensioner thing still scares me. You go to a casino and like most of the people are over like 60, 70. And they're just spending their
gambling
pensions
away the money that they're supposed to be living on.
Yeah, that still scares me. But anyway, that's a different subject matter. Should we check out the score for this game then?
Let's do Zenless Zone Zero, a game free to play for most people on your PC, phone, PS5 by miHoYo, released on July 4th, Independence Day for the US. You're targeting a holiday. How smart is that?
That's genius. I was just thinking the same thing. That's so clever.
It really is.
That is so clever.
This game looks good. It plays good. The pacing is absolutely horrid.
Yeah,
and the it's predatory in nature as well, but look at how bouncy and colorful it is.
It is. It's very bouncy and colorful. There's no doubt.
Our scores for this game went to New Eridu. Try to raid a hollow with the help of a little rabbit proxy and Faithin. Dumb name, by the way.
Yeah.
But only one came out. The rest of them turned into monsters, culminating into one big boss named C+.
Yeah, that was mainly me. I was nicer to it than Nick.
Well, it's just because of that whole crashing debacle on the first 2 days, which I still can't believe.
Rightfully so. That is kind of horrid.
And like I really don't like the monetization of this game. It's free, sure.
Well,
but
you literally sitting on the end when Flynn bought you some PlayStation subscription. So you've literally, and I'm sure there are thousands of parents that have sat accidentally noticing a purchase on their account, which PlayStation takes very easily.
Have I mentioned that on the podcast before? Nothing. I did.
You did, yeah. You did. Jeez. When that happened. You were still reeling from it. So yeah, I get it. You've got the perspective of a protective father, and I agree that the arguments are right. It's a complex. It is a complex one.
It is. It's not easy. It's not as cut and paste as maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. No, it really is different gaming scape as it ever has been. So C+, that kind of puts it in the same era as Rise of the Ronin and Mega Man 2, strangely enough, and Dragon Ball Burst Limit, or Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. So
what did we give Star Rail? I can't remember.
Oh, there it is. Oh, C+. We gave Honkai Star Rail C+. The exact same.
Oh, look at miHoYo, you dog.
Oh, no, I thought you gave it the exact same score. No, you gave this one a worse score. But it has more gacha in it.
It has double the gacha.
And you had more problems with it.
Which I don't agree with.
No.
Anyway.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Critical Arcade Podcast. We are so glad to be back and doing these episodes again. I mean, the 2 months were a nice little break, but we're back, baby! Doing podcasts, making content. Listen to my voice.
Listen to my voice. Listen to all our other episodes, too.
Do it! You can check us out on our social media channels or channel. You can check us out on YouTube or Instagram, or you could email me at nick@criticalarcade.com.
And I'm Dave at criticalarcade.com.
Besides your email, Dave, where else can we find you?
Well, you can find me out and about, but I have managed to, just like the Bell and Wise in this, I have managed to go into the hollow space, and I will leave you there. I will just transport you there into the dystopian world-ending hollow space surrounded by ethereals, or what the hell they're called.
Yeah.
And you will slowly turn into them. And whilst you're turning into them, you'll know that on the other side, we all just seem to be happy about it and are just renting, we're not renting DVDs anymore, playing games and just going on with life. So you can turn into an ethereal. So if you want that, you don't want that, by all means, follow me.
You don't want that. What you do want is to support us on Patreon for exclusive content like our post show and Critical Cinema. Very nice. Very nice Patreon. Check out, please.
Wow, that was very, who knew you did voices? You surprise me every day, Nick. Well done.
That's my Russian.
Was it? that was even more shocking. But no, yeah, it did sound Russian. You're right.
Speaking of Russian... No, this has got absolutely nothing to do with Russian.
That was funny, yeah.
Dave, how would you tell us what have we got lined up for next week?
Next week, it's one of our favourite things we love doing. We get to check out the indie scene again.
Hell yeah.
And we're playing a 2019 game called Children of Mortar. Which
I don't know what that is.
Never, and it's mortar, not spelled like the actual grenade throwing thing, just mortar as in death, potentially.
Whoa.
Never heard of it. I look forward to playing it. It's the best thing about indie games. You can just find these gems out of nowhere, and that's what we're playing next week. Yeah, there's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So check us out then, reviewing Children of Mortar. We'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.